That helps me. In Andromeda, one of the things that they stress is creating a race of leaders. In that leadership, everyone has a responsibility to not only be a leader themselves, but to make a leader of everyone else. And in that, everybody moves together. There may be varying different degrees, but everybody moves together. This is something that they have stressed over and over and over again. They've also stressed being as close to nature as possible. You folks here in Hawaii, that's really easy. And you live in an incredible place. For those of us who live on the mainland or in other countries, in big cities, it's much more difficult. I want you to know that we're the only planet that I'm aware of that uses currency. Okay? In fact, I had an experience where Morine and Visayas had asked me to try to explain to them why we used money, or what they refer to as paper with pictures on it. So I spent a great deal of time in between contacts putting something together for them. And I had a contact. I was living in Malibu at the time up on Decker Canyon, and I had this opportunity to present this information to them. So as I'm presenting it, I'm going through it. I had a paper with me that I was reading it off and had little charts that I'd carried in my backpack. And when it was all over, and of course they already knew this information because they've been watching our history, Visayas said, thank you very much. Morine said, thank you very much. I enjoyed it. But Visayas just looked at me, and he just had a very straight face. And he just said, I don't understand. And I said, well, what do you not understand? Now, Visayas was always telepathic. He never learned to use his vocal cords. He said, I don't understand why you have to live, why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. Why do you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on? That haunted me for many years, that statement. Because, how do we unravel that? What do we create in order to drop that paradigm? And how do we create it? Who's going to step up and say, you know what? We have fought wars over money. We have fought wars over gold. We have fought wars over this and fought wars over that. We have nearly destroyed the planet. We have destroyed species. We're destroying humanity. And it's all over power, wealth, and things like that. How do we move from this paradigm to the next paradigm? How do we do it? I know that there are a lot of folks trying, making suggestions, talking to people, sharing their perspectives. I know there are a lot of contactees, or folks, there are hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands, who have not come forward yet. The extraterrestrial civilizations have given up on the governments of the world, of Earth, a long time ago. The only ones that are actually fully integrating with a lot of the Earth governments, you don't really want to meet anyway. So, how do we find our soul again? What does it take to change the essence of a man? Is there a phrase? Is there a mantra? Is there a prayer? Is there an event? What does it take to change the essence of a man or a woman? I don't have that answer, but I am asking the question, and I have been for a long time. many of us, and I'm not necessarily referring to the folks in the room here, many of us have completely lost our way. We know a lot of good people who would do anything for us as friends, but they simply don't have a clue. We want them to be aware of the changes that are coming, and you can put all this information in front of them and they're simply going to just dismiss it because it's too overwhelming to them. You know, they have to take it in little bites and little slices. They just simply don't want to deal with it because they're so overwhelmed just trying to manage a life that already doesn't work, okay, or they're not already happy with, because it's all that they know, and they're afraid to let it go because they don't have anything else to believe in, just what it is that they do every day. So in creating a new domain of knowing and asking the question, what is it that we want? It has to be something that everybody can take hold of a piece of. For example, every day there are little things that we could do to begin shifting our consciousness. Every day when we get up, the first thing we should do is be grateful that we're alive to see another day. And just make that acknowledgement. Spirit, thank you. Always tell your children that you love them. Every day. Tell them that you're proud of them. Always tell your wife that you love her, or your partner that you love her. Always be friendly and cordial at the office. Okay? When you hear an ambulance drive by, just say a blessing. Say, I bless whoever that's for, and that their highest good is what is achieved. Little things like that. When you walk into a room, just say, I bless this room. Little things like that make all the difference. Because it's conscious intent that every day when you do things like that, and that's all it, and those things are easy to do, all right? Is what you do is you begin to polarize. You begin to magnetize those spaces with your thoughts. And whatever you magnetize and you put out, it will come back. It will be mirrored back to you. That's why Earth is boot camp for the soul. It's because that's what it does. It mirrors our shit back to us. You know? And the more shit, the more shit. Okay? And that's why it's so overwhelming after a while. So it's little things. And I share that because these are things that, I've had to try to do, and I struggle to remember them every day, but these are little things that I can do. I bless my food, you bless your coffee. What you do is you just get into a space of blessing everything. And it does, in fact, change the frequency. It will change the people that you work with. It might take a little bit of a while, but these are simple things. It's just, like the movie The Secret said, it's an attitude of gratitude. Okay? But they're just little things that you can remember to do every day. At lunchtime, go for a walk. Don't sit in your cubicle, but go for a walk. Go outside. When you go to the bathroom, if you work in an office, when you're done, instead of going right back into your office to your cubicle, go downstairs, go outside, loop around the building, and come back in. Just give yourself a break. Just remember where you are. Don't get stuck in just being so in a rut that you forget. Because it's easy. That's why we're so stuck on Earth. And the extraterrestrials, the visitations, the psychic phenomena, the paranormal phenomena, all of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, is us. It's all happening to us because it is us.